Welcome back to On the Light. In this episode, Lee and I are joined by Prashant Iyengar. This interview took place a little over a month ago from today. When Prashantji joined the call, he knew exactly what he wanted to talk about, which is not unusual for him. In this episode, Prashantji gives us a history of Iyengar Yoga and shares with us the ways in which Guruji was a revolutionary. Please enjoy this episode of On the Light. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you.
Hello.
Here's Lee.
Okay, the other I have specific to say.
Okay. Good. Perfect.
Yeah, because during this course, it came surfaced in my mind.
Mhm.
See, we have this feeling that Iyengar Yoga is alignment
Mhm.
and precision. Now, this is a net put on Indian Iyengar students to catch them, because Iyengar Yoga is not, the signature condition is not precision, because all that precision concept is of the posture. While Iyengar Yoga is having open architecture. So we students of Iyengar Yoga should not fall victim to this, and we should not endorse that Iyengar Yoga is precision, and the other predicate which was that I just now said,
Well,
alignment.
perfection comes up in some people too, that the idea is to always
Okay.
have the
Wow.
perfect.
Okay, yeah, he was said to be a perfectionist. Even that is taken in right perspective. See, Iyengar Yoga it has an open architecture. Now, perfection cannot be that 1 inch is also perfect and 2.5 inch is also perfect. Somewhere, a 10 grams is perfect and even 25 grams is perfect. If the 10 is perfect, 10 is perfect. If 25 is perfect, 25 is only perfect. So this concept is so much woven around the physicality. And Guruji was not a perfectionist. Was he not evolving in his asanas?
Mhm.
Even in his asanas, he was evolving. He was evolving in his yoga. He was evolving in his teaching. So how can he put a bar saying that this is perfect? That means he was not evolving. So it's a net. It is, these are not Guruji's framework that Iyengar Yoga is to a perfectionist, and the alignment and precision. So what occurred to my mind is, now 3 yogs stem from T. Krishnamacharya. One is of Pattabhi Jois, which is uh, Vinyasa Krama, Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama. You might have heard, you get a lot of that in your country.
Yes.
Pattabhi Jois, you have heard, is that right?
Yes.
Pattabhi Jois was student of T. Krishnamacharya. And then second one was Vini Yoga of his son Desikachar. So Vini Yoga is also quite popular in your country. Vini Yoga.
Yes.
And then Iyengar Yoga.
Mhm.
So from the fount hole of T. Krishnamacharya's teachings, 3 yogas evolved. One is of Pattabhi Jois, that is Vinyasa Krama, Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama, and then Desikachar's Vini Yoga, and Guruji's Iyengar Yoga. Now, what is signature condition of Iyengar Yoga? Is put into our mouth. It is precision, perfection, and alignment. See, how will you take the word precision? Precision should not be as it is in the mechanical word that something is 10 grams, something should be 10 grams, something should be 1 inch, something should be 100 kilos, something should be a kilometer. So these are specific distances, specific weights, units, which don't change on the surface of the earth anywhere. 1 inch in US and 1 inch in Japan is not going to change. 10 grams in US and 10 grams in Japan or India is not going to change. Now that's how the word has been taken, which is in the realm of physics and physicality, that the units are not flexible. Units are not flexible when you say precision. So Guruji was also saying that he also mentioned the word precision. He was using the word precision, but in a different context. What is precision? Precision. See, now when we are talking, when we are dialoguing, debating, I sometimes at point in my say, this was precisely what I was saying. From your reaction, if you corroborate with me, then I would say, this was what precisely I was trying to put across. Is that right? Now, what is the meaning of precise there? It has nothing to do with the dimensions. It's the idea, matching, ideas matching, concepts matching. That's also precision. So if it is functional, then it becomes precise. If you have done something which fructifies successfully, then we say it was precisely done. Suppose you are cooking food in your kitchen and you have turned out some dishes. If all the dishes are exceptional and absolutely tasty and absolutely agreeable to everyone who is partaking it, then they would say this was precise cooking. Now, it doesn't mean that it is something in the physical units. It is your skill. It is with your skill that you have cooked your food, and then it has become tasty. When the food is tasty, then we say this is precise ice cream, this is precise coffee, etc., etc. So that's another meaning of precision. Guruji was saying when you should do your yoga, which should be uh, triggering out the consequence and result expected or better than expected. Do you understand?
Yes.
The consequence of your practice, consequence of your endeavor should give the expected result or better than expected result, then you say it is precise. That is another meaning of word precise in our usage of English. Perfectionist. Same meaning what we give for precision is perfection. So, perfection is a fanaticism usually we take in our language. Somebody is a perfectionist means what? The person is fanatic about the end result. So Guruji wanted the things to be perfect in the sense they should give desirable expected fruits and not fall short of it. If effort is falling short of expected fruit, then it is imprecise and imperfect. So the meaning we have to understand in perspective. Guruji's yoga is absolutely open architecture. It was customized for person to person. What he advised Lee in Shirshatan as to how should he do was different than perhaps he advised another senior student. I don't want to name anyone, but he was customizing. If it is not precise thing of a Shirshatan or Trikonasana, everyone should adhere to that. No one can be less or more. So Guruji had open architecture, taking into consideration, it was customized. It was customized suitable to the person. Now, if Guruji's yoga was precision and perfection, he would not have taught Yodhimini. Do you mean to say Yahudimini did perfect Shirshasana that he expected from you and me? Functional Shirshasana, because Guruji knew that Yahudimini is not a student of yoga. He is not coming under him to learn, to become student of yoga or teacher of yoga. Now, if you come to him under him to learn as a student of yoga or teacher of yoga, then he will put certain conditions. If you are a teacher, you cannot be doing this way. But he did not do that to Yehudi Menon or J. Krishnamurti or Clifford Curzon or Marco Zinsky or Queen Elizabeth, Queen Mother of Belgium. So his yoga was customized. There was personal touch in his teachings, particularly when he was teaching private tuitions before he embarked upon group classes. He started with one-to-one lessons for quite a long time. So the point is, we have to understand those predicates in perspective. Perfectionist. That means he did not want you to fall short of what would be giving the result or wrongly going. If your process is wrong, you won't get the expected result. If your effort is insufficient, you won't get expected result. Even if you overdo, you won't get expected result. So that's why he was sometimes saying, you are overdoing. This is overdoing. The leg in Trikonasana is overstretched. That means it is not going to give the expected result. So expected results were at sight for him. And accordingly, he devised. Now, when Lee came to India for the first time, I don't know, you might be in 40s, 30s or 40s. What was your age, Lee, when you came, joined
Yes,
Guruji?
Late 30s, yes. 38, maybe 39.
30. So he taught you something, 38, 39, that time.
Yes.
Now, when you came, when you were 59 and 69, he did not expect the same as you did in 39. That is not being human. It is not, there is no human touch. So the teachings were modified with aging. He did not say, I teach you precise Trikonasana when you are 39, this year, your age, which was 39, 40. But then you came here when you are 40, 59, 69, 79. But he was lenient. He understood. Even his asana, look at his Shirshasana of Light on Yoga. Look at his Shirshasana photographs prior to Light on Yoga. Look at his Shirshasana posterior to Light on Yoga. Even up to 1990s, you have photographs of his Shirshasana. After 1990, you have Shirshasana posture, photographs. 2000, you have photographs. So he had an open architecture. This precision concept, which comes in physics, which comes in empirical sciences, there is no flexibility. I cannot say if you are carrying my weight, I will give you 50 kilos. And I cannot say same 50 kilos will have to be carried by another person who is 10 years older than you. I will say, he would say 10 kilos less, 20 kilos, 15 kilos less. While in physics, the precision is not open architecture. It is not flexible that for you it is 1 inch, somebody it can be 3 inches. For you it is 1 inch, for somebody it can be 3 quarters. No, precision is precision. 10 grams is 10 grams. Whether you are old or young, it doesn't mean that when you did shopping, when you were in 20s and 30s, it was not that 10 gram or 100 gram was one, and today 100 gram is different or 1000 gram is different. That's how the science looks at, has a concept of precision. And that was not his idea of precision. He had open architecture, basically. He was customizing the asanas for different conditions that you had. Suppose you came to on a Shirshasana. Yesterday I used this expression, backache, headache, stomachache. So these conditions, as students, we declare to the teacher, I have got a little headache today, I have got a little backache, I have got a little stomachache. But we don't identify another condition of the same location, which I predicated as stomachache. head cake, back cake. When it is the best condition, when it is in ideal and best condition, we don't give any compliment, we don't designate it. But when it is below normal, we say, I've got headache, I've got backache, I've got stomachache. So when you had head cake, back cake, stomach cake condition, he taught you one Shirshasana. But when you came and said, I've got stomachache, was it not modified? When you said you have headache, was it not modified? When you said you have backache, was it not modified? Now, in precision, in the sense we understand, empirically, it is not allowed. It should not be allowed. Come what may, whether you have stomach ache or stomach ache, do it this way. Whether you have headache or headache, do this way. Was it the condition? Was there no human touch in him teachings? So this was a net put on Iyengar students by third-party people like the journalists, etc. And that was highly misleading. The point is, Iyengar Yoga is not symmetry. How will you have symmetry if you are doing Ekapada Shirshasana, forward bend, one leg behind the head? If you are doing Marichasana or any other asana, there are so many asanas, alignment cannot be stipulated unless it is Tadasana, unless it is Shirshasana, unless it is, say, Prasadita Padottanasana, where you are supposed not to swaying back and forth or sway right and left. So if you are not allowed to sway right or left and back and front, then that is alignment. Is our physio anatomy, God-made anatomy, is it aligned? What we have on the right side of the body, we don't have on the left side of the body. If you are 70 kilos weighing, it doesn't mean that if you are cut half, a cross section taken from the center of the head, it won't mean that your right side of the body is 40 kilos and 35 kilos and left is 35 kilos, 35, 35, 70. It doesn't mean half of the right and half of the left would be exactly half of your full weight, or taking a cross section across the head, the anterior and posterior won't weigh evenly. So these terms are more related to empirical sciences and physics and material sciences, precision, perfection. So if the tools are prepared, they should be precise tools, there should be precision. If you are making a car part, automobile part, engine part, it should be precise. Little less and more won't work. Whereas if we have put a rule that if you do Shirshasana, it should be precise. If not precise, you should not do it. Is that right? Will you put an oversized screw in an engine or undersized screw in an engine? Oversized nut and bolt or undersized nut and bolt? No, you won't. You can't. You should not. But is it mandatory that we must be, in that sense, perfect? In that sense, we should not attempt unless we become perfect. That means lifelong, we should not attempt. He allowed us to learn. So we were given the play to sway to the wrong on one side and wrong on the other side as well. Underdoing, overdoing. Less doing and more doing. If there is precise position, then there is neither less doing nor more doing, not overdoing, not underdoing. Now, if precision is the signature condition, all of us would not be able to practice Iyengar Yoga. Are we not practicing? That means we are given a play. We are given a range, that within this range we should do it. So the point is, Iyengar Yoga's signature condition is not precision, not perfection, and not alignment. Are we all aligned in our Shirshasana? Suppose we are not aligned, did he kick us and said, come down, don't do it? Did he not adjust us? Did he not teach us to adjust? So all that I would put in the words, which is whatever you do should be workable. Whichever asana you are doing should be workable, should be proper, not necessarily precise. If my Shirshasana was precise while I was 40 years of age, now I cannot be emulating same Shirshasana today as a perfectionist. I have to devise, customize, modify my Shirshasana after 35 years. And that is allowed in Iyengar Yoga. If it's a case of precision, we don't say old car, there can be undersized nut. It has to be precisely the size mentioned by the manual of the car. We cannot have undersized nut, oversized nut, undersized screw, etc., etc. While that is not the case, we have to customize it, and we have to see that it is suitable to turn out results, economically turn out the results. That is in the sense, not too much of laboring, optimum laboring, and the result should be turned out. So cost-wise, it should not cost too much in the form of exertion. If you are trying to do perfect pose and you are totally fatigued and you are dead, what's the point in doing that perfect pose? Something has to be done. Something has to be amended, that it should be functional, productive, efficacious, and economical. There should be productivity and economy in the sense, not money-wise, effort-wise, exertion-wise. So Guru, this is not a proper predication of Iyengar Yoga. Iyengar students should all sweep this away as a signature condition. It is going to give wrong impression about Iyengar Yoga. It is not a merit. Somebody said Iyengar Yoga in precision. I heard the other day there was a talk in Bangalore on Guruji's anniversary day. And then that person was talking about yoga, and he came to Iyengar Yoga, and he said Iyengar Yoga means precision. If the precision is not coming, he will give props. He devised props. When the posture was short of precision, he devised props, and therefore the precision could be attained. If something was not reaching aligned point, he devised props so that alignment can be had. The props were not devised for that. So this is how misrepresentation is taking place. And most of the Iyengar students are blindly taking this as a signature condition. This is not a merit. This is not a praise of Iyengar system. There is a lot of critique in it. Guruji's critics said he was perfectionist. If there is no perfection, then he was BKS. What is that BKS? He himself declared beat, kick, and shout. BKS. So that person used this because Guruji had said this. Later, he also revealed, which Lee would remember on his 92nd, 93rd birthday, a year before he passed away. So what was BK stood for something in the beginning, and then now BK stands for something else. What, Lee?
I can't think it.
Beatitude and what?
Beatitude?
Beatitude.
You said?
B.
Oh.
B for beatitude. K for what? Kindness or something like that. And S for sympathy or something like that. Bang opposite of earlier BKs. B for beating, K for kicking, and S for shouting.
Yes.
So bang opposite of. So that person picked up that he was known as a beater, kicker, and shouter, BK Iyengar, for the sake of precision, for the sake of alignment. And if student did not get it, he devised props so that they are approximal to precision, perfection, alignment.
That leaves no time for development. If we go from the person cannot do precisely, perfectly, then we just get the props. It takes out the entire concept of development.
That's true, but there is no precision. See, independent Viparitandasana juxtaposed to Brit Viparitandasana is the same. Is it the same geometry, structural?
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. We're in agreement here that by just saying that, okay, it's one person cannot do absolutely perfectly now, so then we just give them a prop. It means it doesn't give that person any time for development on their own before props have to be introduced at some time
And
40 years later.
Secondly, can reach the expected result easily, comfortably, economically, in the sense less exertion. So you get the effect of it. That's how you do the standing poses against a wrestler. So you get the effect of the Trikonasana by the use of props. But there is nothing like precision, geometrical precision, etc., mandated. It is to get the effects.
Yes.
It is to get the expected effects. So he was modifying the positions. They were customized. Like if you remember for Saitika, he would say Trikonasana, turn the right foot out more. Rather than precisely turn the right foot out
90 degrees.
90 degrees and the left foot 30 degrees, 40 degrees in. For Saitika, he would turn it more than 90 degrees to 120 degrees. So it was customized. The point is, perfection means workable position, efficacious position, economical position that is coming with lesser endeavor, effort, toiling, exertion, cost. In our asana, the cost is paid by the way of pain, difficulty, and exertion. So, I want all Iyengar students to come out of this and not embrace to it. His asanas he did for 70 years, not that if it is precise, it should be having no difference. 1 inch cannot become 1.5 inch. So it should be the same. That means he was not evolving. Say I've prepared this 1 inch screw and now I've made it 1.25. That's not improvement. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. It's wrong. It won't fit. So Guruji was open architecture, and therefore to teach from children to ripe old people, disposed to yoga to not disposed to yoga, consumers of yoga to students of yoga. Like Yehudi Menon, J. Krishnamurti, they were consumers of yoga. They were not interested in learning yoga like you were interested to so many years. He wanted solutions to his problems. He wanted to play violin better. He was not looking for becoming a yogi or becoming a yoga student. Same is the case with J. Krishnamurti. Same is the case with all those celebrities that he taught. They wanted some solution to their problem. So it was consumer yoga. Guruji even taught the consumerists. And he taught those who are really serious students of yoga. So it's open architecture. Anyway, what point I wanted to say was, Sri Krishnamacharya was also revolutionary like Guruji. Early 20th century, say 1900, he was really revolutionary. Otherwise, he was actually a student of philosophy, the 6 systems of philosophy. He was student of Vedic literature, etc., etc. He knew yoga chitta vritti nirodha yoga. Tada drashto sarupe avasthanam is yoga. But then he taught in yoga shala for children, school-going children. For school-going children, yoga is not chitta vritti nirodha yoga. What was yoga for them? So he taught the children in schools, in palace, yoga shala. So it was meant for school children. Then it was meant for some youngsters. He was teaching children, he was teaching youngsters, teenagers, youngsters, adults, oldsters. He taught even old people. He taught women. This was a great revolution. Early 20th century, 1901, 92, 1910, he taught ladies. Now, this was quite a revolution in India. They were not putting on the bloomers and t-shirts or slacks and sportswear and swimming wear, etc. They were coming in saris. He was teaching them in saris. He did not say, please put on some sportswear. That could not be said to women in 1910, 1905, 1902, etc., etc. So that was revolutionary aspect in him. He taught women. He trained women. It started with his own wife, that is my auntie. There are photographs of my auntie, you must have seen those. In Yogam Makaranda, etc., his books, they are there. Then he started remedial yoga. This was revolutionary. Revolutionary because otherwise yoga was not for patients and diseased people. Because yoga, classical yoga is not for pathy. And he was well read in classical yoga. Patanjali's yoga is not Roga Vritti Nirodha, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. He knew that. But he understood that there is something for the need of the time, that some people are diseased. So he started teaching diseased people, which was revolutionary. He started teaching even underdeveloped children, spastic children, he started teaching. Now, yoga for them cannot be Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Indira Devi, you must have seen her book. Lee.
Yes.
Yeah. When she went to him, she was very old. She was definitely old person, senior citizen. Now, he did not teach her like he taught a 10-year, 15-year child in the school, Yoga Shala. And therefore, because when he taught in Yoga Shala, there he considered Vinyasa Krama is proper for children. Therefore, when we take children class, Guruji taught children class, he told us not to stress on precision perfection, not to stress on timings, not to stress on perfection. Give them dynamism, give them motion. He did not say 5 minutes for children Shirshasana. So it was hardly, not even a minute, 10, 15 seconds over. Come again and do it. So Iyengar, classical concept of Iyengar system is not there for children yoga. I have spoken on Iyengar system. But then it is differently customized for children class. So also Krishnamacharya customized it for children. So he said it should be dynamic. And therefore he suggested Vinyasa Krama, which is Pattabhi Jois. Pattabhi Jois, do you see any Sthirastukumasanam in the students? Dynamic. You should be strong, young, electrified. Adhomukha to Bakasan, Adhomukha to Bhujapidasana, Adhomukha to Janashishasana, Adhomukha to Trikonasana. Guruji was taking this. Do you recall? Jumpings.
Yeah.
In jumpings, he would be, standing poses would be coming in jumpings.
Yes.
Balancing would come in jumpings. I would suggest look at the film Samadhi. Samadhi film made by Film Institute of India. Guruji is in the center and is flanked by students on either sides. And there is sequence of jumpings. Adhomukha, Virasana, Adhomukha, Lolasana, Adhomukha, Utkatasana, Adhomukha, Trikonasana, Adhomukha, Parshakonasana. So, in the jumping sequences, it would be jumping or flowing. So there was no Sthirastukomasana. Trikonasana in jumping, did not stress on Sthira Sukumasanam and jump back to Adho Mukha. So that Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama was devised by Krishnamacharya for schools. Pattabhi Joyce was Yogashala student. He learned it there. Guruji also, for whatever months he learned there. And therefore, Guruji also, if you see 1937 film, 1937 practice, he has done all through jumpings. Many asanas are shown through jumpings. Because that's what Guruji had learned in 1934, 35, 36. So that's the 1937 film. So steady poses, static poses were not there. So Vinyasa Krama is also part of Iyengar Yoga. If Iyengar Yoga has to go to children, if the Iyengar Yoga has to go to military academy, police academy, it has gone. Guruji did not teach like he taught your intensive courses. He did not teach that in military academy and police academy. He taught in military academy. He taught in schools. So Vinyasa Kram is also in Iyengar system. We are now at loggerheads, students. Ours is Iyengar Yoga, that is Vinyasa Yoga. Vinyasa Yoga is part of Guruji's yoga as well. Then Vini Yoga of Desikachar. Guruji's yoga is also Vini Yoga. Vini Yoga means customize, devise the teachings suitable to students. Whether student is man or woman, young or old, strong or weak, healthy or unhealthy, diseased or healthy, etc., etc. Customizing. That's why Iyengar Yoga has a remedial. Now in remedial, he doesn't go by alignment, etc., which is taken as signature condition of Iyengar Yoga. So it is devised to students. A Shirshasan done by a 20-year boy and 80-year man, totally different. If it is that concept of precision, there should not be variation and change at all. So Vini Yoga means to customize. And Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama means succession of asanas, particular succession of asanas done in quick succession. Krama is succession. Vinyasa means it is touching various asanas. So touching the asanas in a sequence, in a rapid sequence. They don't stay in Adho Mukha Svanasana for 3 and 4 minutes and then go to Trikonasana to stay for 2 and 3 minutes. Because they have to jump back to Adho Mukha Svanasana again. So in jumpings, it is totally different. So Vinyasa Krama is also part of Iyengar Yoga. Guruji picked up Vinyasa Krama aspects and Vini Yoga aspects, and then his own signature yoga, which is the yoga which has philosophy. The teachings which are based on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Now in Vini Yoga, it cannot be based on Patanjali Yoga Sutras. It is customized to the student. So it's a consumer yoga. Vini Yoga is a consumer yoga. What do you want? What do you need? What should we give to you? I will give you that. While Patanjali's yoga has a philosophy. So Guruji's yoga has that traditional yoga. Vini Yoga is not a traditional yoga. It is customized yoga. Vinyasa Krama is not a traditional yoga, classical yoga. It is evolvement or evolved yoga or devised yoga for a particular purpose. So if you have to teach in sports academy, military academy, you need those people to be alert, flexible, and easy in maneuverability. So military people should be agile. Police personnel should be agile. So for agility, and children should be agile. So we don't expect firm pose from children. We want them to be developing agility. So that is Vinyasa Krama, which demands agility, flexibility, maneuverability, and endurance. A typical kind of endurance is required for a military person. We commoners don't have to have that endurance. We are in our business activity of life. We don't require that endurance of a military personnel or a police personnel. They require an exemplary kind of tolerance. So they require different character. They need to be mercurial. We want the children to be mercurial and not taken to trance. We don't want an 18, 20 years boy or girl going into trance, ecstasy. We want them to become electrified. We want them to be mobile. We want them to be agile. And we want to be having that kind of robust health, flexibility, pliability. So therefore, Guruji developed his yoga. When he practiced it, he was a philosopher. So that is classical yoga. So yoga for him was dharma sadhana. For Pattabhi Jois, it is sadhana of rigorosity. And for Vini Yoga, it is for your benefit. It will be customized to your requirements. I have used this concept in yoga. We have yoga, sanyoga, viyoga, Vini Yoga, prayoga. Have you read in my discourses on yoga and even Yogasana book? There are different forms of yoga. One of them is Vini Yoga. Vini Yoga is to use our own inherent things in a fruitful way. Body, mind, senses, breath, etc. Their combination, their orchestration should be a symphony. Not that they're only participating. They should be well coordinated. There should be symphony, and that is Vini Yoga. Using a prop is Upayoga. Prop is extraneous to you. Bench, brake, belt, stool, chair is extraneous to you. So that is called Upayoga. Using something that is not you. I'm sitting on a chair. This is not me. I'm sitting on a chair. But when I use inherent aspects of my embodiment, that is called Vini Yoga, using body, mind, breath. So Guruji's concept of Vini Yoga is different than Desikachar's concept of Vini Yoga. Their Vini Yoga means customized. Therefore, they were very critical about group classes. They were very severe. They said, no, it should not be taught in group. It should be one-to-one. It should not be regimentation. All of your right leg out, all of your left foot in, all of you go down, all of you rotate, all of you stretch. That regimentation, they say it is not right. Older people, weaker people should be given leniency. Is that right? Younger people should not be given any leniency. Older people should be shown some leniency. So that's why they teach one-to-one. Vini Yoga means one-to-one teaching. And then you are customizing. Essential yoga cannot be taught that way. So there are different advantages in taking a group class, taking a class of assorted groups rather than a specified group. We can take a class, all youngsters between 20 and 30 join the class. Then it can be one kind of class. Another group, 30 to 40, another group, 40 to 50, another group. That will be different way of teaching. But when we have assorted people in the class, Now in my Zoom class, there are people who are 20, 25 years of age up to 80, 85 years of age. So Vini Yoga is a consumer yoga. Vini Yoga concept that they have taken, Desikachar and the Vini Yoga students have taken, is it is customized for you, your condition, your health, your requirement. Anyway, so Guruji did that. He taught Vinay. He did not teach yoga to him. He taught him to become better violin teacher, violin player, and that's why he inscribed on the wristwatch, "My best violin teacher." Guruji did not teach him Paganini, did not teach him Bach, did not teach him Beethoven, did not teach him Mozart. How did he say my best violin teacher? Nor did he teach him how to handle the violin, how to handle the bow, how to handle the fiddle. He did not teach him. What did he teach to become best violin teacher? He taught him to play the best that he expected. Many unexpected. So it was customized. He did not teach him Chitta Vritti Nirodha Yoga. He did not teach him Abhyasa Vairagya Abhyam Yoga. He did not teach Yamaniyam Asana Pranayam Yoga. So it was customized to requirements. So Guruji did that as well. He taught celebrities for their needs. He catered their needs. So that is Vini Yoga aspect from Desikachar Yoga point of view. He did not regiment. He did not say, "Come on, Menin, you stand here. Queen Mother, you stand there next to each other. Clifford Curzon, stand in the back row, and I will all of you take Trikonasana." He customized for each one. Her Highness Queen, please do this way. Your Excellency, do this way. Mr. Menin, do this way. Mr. Curzon, don't do this way, do that way. It was customized. So Guruji's yoga, Guruji made a best combination. He could teach children. He could teach disabled people. He could teach paralyzed people. And he could teach fit military people, physically fit military police people. And then he developed his own yoga, which was essential yoga. Dharma sadhana. Yoga is a dharma sadhana. The vinyasa krama is not dharma sadhana. It is fitness sadhana. It is stamina sadhana. It is flexibility sadhana, maneuverability sadhana. It is all with reference to body. Your body will become agile. Your body will remain younger and younger and younger. Your body will remain stronger and stronger and stronger. You will develop the physical will, body-related resoluteness. A Vinyog student cannot necessarily become a good musician. Iyengar Yoga student can become better musician. It is good only for young people, strong people. Like you have power yoga in your country. What is that power yoga? Will you send a heart at a coronary patient to power yoga who might pop off any time? Do I have anything to teach to a coronary patient, cardiac patient? So cardiac patient cannot be going to power yoga where the temperatures are raised to 40 degrees for you to perspire. So imagine a condition, old person perspiring out of exertion and etc., etc. So these are all popular forms of yoga for particular purpose. Guruji has had yoga for every purpose. Stupid to intellectual giants were circumscribed by him in his teachings. Utterly unhealthy to very, very, very healthy, robustly healthy, circumscribed by him. Materialistic to spiritualistic minded people, circumscribed by him. Profane to religious minded people, circumscribed by him in his yoga. That's what Iyengar Yoga is. So let's not be fooled. Precision, perfection, alignment. So this what is my message to all Iyengar students. You are all falling as you are all They were trying to net you, catch you in a net, and don't fall prey. Saying that, yes, Iyengar Yoga is precision, perfection, alignment. Alignment of the mind. Let the mind be aligned. Samasthiti had more reference to mind. Samasthiti, the description refers to mind, even mind, equal mind, not polarized mind. So Guruji wanted that mind, even mind, equal mind in equilibrium, and not just body in equilibrium and mind in imbalance. So, well, I think for the time being, it should be enough. So this occurred to me while I was taking class last week. I said, I have the history of Iyengar Yoga. And I said, once I am gone, nobody will give you history of Iyengar Yoga. I am the last person here to give you history of Iyengar Yoga. Once I pop off, you will not get from anyone genuine history of Iyengar Yoga. So I said, so that was interesting topic. Rajvi and others said that we should open on it. What is it? We know Iyengar Yoga. We do not know history of Iyengar Yoga. Okay.
It's important that you use this time to give us this history and this education.
Yeah, because this was fresh in my mind. That is not we are not at loggerheads with Vini Yoga of Desikachar. We are not at loggerheads with Vinyasa Krama of Pattabhi. They are all stemming from same teacher. They are all stemming from T. Krishnamacharya. And Guruji really brought all that in wonderful proportion. Used them all. He used Vinyasa Krama. He used Vini Yoga. He used Patanjali Yoga. Pattabhi calls it Ashtanga Vinyasa Krama. I said it is only Pattabhi students should describe where is the Ashtanga. Is it Patanjali's Ashtanga or some other Ashtanga? So it's all dynamic. Where is Sthira Sukhasanam? Totally kept at bay. Sthira Sukhasanam kept at bay. Prayatna Shailthili Ananta Samadhivam kept at bay. Tato Dandvana Bigata kept at bay. Because he learned under Krishnamacharya when he was a child, when he was a teenager. And it was perfect that he was taught that way. Yes. But Guruji developed on his own. He depended on a teacher who was inherently in him, autogenic teacher, indigenous teacher. And well, Guruji was fortunate and he was graced.
Yes.
Anyway, I think enough for the time being.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much as always. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to On the Light. Today, I would like to read to you from page 67 of Astadala Yogamala, Volume 8. Here, Guruji advises us on how to be a good yoga student. He writes, "There are no special qualities required to become a student of yoga, but only regularity, determination, and discipline are needed. These go with urgency, passion, and courage. Besides these, one has to be accepting failures as stepping stones to success and persist in practice with perseverance. A sharp memory is needed for comparing day-to-day practices with watchful attention. One has to connect the mind and intelligence to be in constant touch with each and every fiber and cell of the body. The most important vehicle that is needed is to trace where the mind and intelligence do not touch and how to work to make their attention flow there. Lastly, practice must be done with labor and love. These are the qualities required from a student, not only in yoga, but in all arts. Remember that yoga begins from the basic art and takes one toward the divine art. Know that yoga has to depend entirely upon self-determination and the ways to tap the inner source of energy and strength through a group of instruments, namely the body, mind, intelligence, and willpower, to tune oneself fully to the music of life. In other arts like music, dance, paintings, architecture, sculpture, and so forth, one has to depend on external resources to express one's hidden light. Thank you for listening. Namaskar.